This week, April 22nd, is Earth Day. Are any of you tree huggers? I am. I physically hug trees every morning when I walk, and I spiritually embrace them during my evening meditations. When I walk among the trees, when I reflect on them, I feel their majesty, their power, their inherent beauty. I love trees. When I first came to UUFBR 15 years ago, I sat on the left side of the sanctuary, over there, by those windows. And my attention was drawn to that beautiful tree in the corner, the Gumbo Limbo, out there in the garden. It's tall and its bark is smooth and shiny and also a bit blistery, just like my skin after I've been on the beach for too long. Every Sunday I came, I looked at that tree. I listened to the service. I sang the music. And that Gumbo Limbo tree's fork in its trunk forms a hand, if you could see it, a cradle, a niche. And every Sunday then, and even now, I envision myself sitting right there in the trunk of that tree. Every week when I come, I meditate on the tree, listen to the service, sing the music. And every Sunday, I feel cradled, safe, nurtured, accepted. Do I feel like that because the service is wonderful, as it always is? Do I feel like that because our music is so moving? Do I feel like that because I meditate on that tree? It's all of it, all of it. I can no more separate that tree from my life here at UUFBR than I can separate the music or the people. And that tree speaks to the UU principle, the interconnected web of life. I cannot separate the tree from all of you. How about you? Do you recall a tree that you connect to? One that made an impact in your life? A tree that matters? A tree you can't forget? Maybe you climbed on it as a child. Maybe you built a tree house. Maybe you picnicked below it with a beloved. Maybe you ran around and played tag. Or maybe it was that lone tree in the neighborhood, standing tall in a very small patch of soil when all around it was concrete. Or maybe it's the tree in your garden now where your children and your grandchildren play. Do you have a special tree? In the woods, we return to reason and faith. This quote is from Ralph Waldo Emerson, a 19th century American essayist who led the transcendental movement. And the transcendentalists are foundational and inspirational part of our Unitarian Universalist heritage. In the woods, we return to reason and faith. I find that so true. We humans have a reciprocal relationship with trees for 350 million years. In the Judeo-Christian scriptures, in the book of Genesis, chapter 2 says, "The Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye, good for food. And in the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil." In Buddhism, it is believed that Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, achieved enlightenment beneath the Bodhi tree. In indigenous cultures like the First Nations in the Pacific Northwest, the sands of South America, certain trees are considered family relatives. For those people, trees are sacred sanctuaries. They possess ancestral and protective qualities. And science tells us that trees breathe for us. They're the lungs of Mother Earth, what I like to call Big Mama's breathing machine. They remove carbon dioxide from the earth, transform it into oxygen. One tree gives enough oxygen to sustain 2 people for their entire life, and 1 acre for 18 people for their entire life. Do we ask trees to do that? Do we engineer trees to do that? No, we don't. Because from the dawn of creation and the goodness of the natural world into which we are all born, trees already provide for us, already nurture us, sustain us, before we do anything at all to earn it. Is that not a sacred space then? To be among trees, breathing in the life-giving oxygen from them, releasing our carbon dioxide back to them so they can transform your very breath into renewed energy for life? Is that not really where sacredness and holiness lie? The interdependent web of life. Trees are nature's gift to us. The acorn of a tree presents its inherent blueprint for the future greatness of that tree. But so too with us. At birth, we're given an acorn, our own seed, our own inherent blueprint for greatness. And sometimes our seed, our true self, is in the cracks. Maybe we're born in the cracks. Maybe life circumstances take us there. Most of us, though, search for a very long time to find fertile ground to sprout our seed. The pavement is all around us and it pushes us down like seedlings in a tree, though. We search for the place where we can sprout. It's not easy to sprout when you're in the cracks, especially in the consumer-driven world. Social media, politics, marketing, family members, organized religions, all tell us who we should be, what we should do, how we should act, how we should think. But if we do not sprout for our own seed, we can become artificial. And an artificial tree is pretty. At the holidays, it's pretty. But an artificial tree has no roots. And in a strong wind, that tree is blown away. Like trees, if you are not sprouting from your own seed, you cannot grow strong roots. And without roots, you cannot sustain the storm. Roots matter. Trees speak to each other through roots, you know. They connect across entire forest floors and they share information. And if giraffes are eating the tree leaves on one side, there's a message that goes out through the roots to the other trees in the forest that say, oh, turn on those toxins so they don't eat you. And surely enough, the leaves turn a different taste and the giraffes move on. Trees need those roots, and as people, we do too. We need the bonds of interconnectedness that our roots provide. We need those roots to protect each other from predators, to share water when the nourishing rains fall on the other side of the orchard, but not directly over us. But to grow our roots, we must be real. We must sprout from our own seed. And in the search for our uniqueness, in the search for what our seed is, nature speaks to us. And trees are nature's messengers. I invite you to listen to the trees. What tree calls you? Are you in awe of the tremendous strength of the oak tree? Maybe you love the grace and dance of the palm tree in the gentle breeze. Maybe you feel called to the nurturing of the Gumbo Limbo. Or perhaps the rootedness of the ficus as it takes over large pieces of the earth. Maybe you see the beauty in the flowering magnolia. Whatever you see in the tree is within you. It is the law of the universe. If it is not within you, you would never see it. What you see in the tree is in you. And the tree is asking that you embrace what you see. Grow from that part of yourself, from your inherent blueprint of your own seed. Honor your own internal strength. Appreciate your intrinsic beauty. Connect through your genuine roots. Become what you see. But the process of becoming is challenging. Yet, like trees, we are all resilient. We stretch toward the light, even when the storms bend us. We maneuver over to the sides of what blocks us and stops us from living authentically. Like tree branches, we reach for each other, sometimes breaking, sometimes blooming, yet always daring to grow again. And those breaking points, where the branches crack and snap off, where as people we're strained beyond what we thought we can handle, when circumstances leave us broken, even perhaps stripped of our leaves, we dare to heal, to envelop the brokenness, allow it to make us even more beautiful than before. We dare to grow new leaves. Look at the tree where the branches were broken off. Look at the intricate beauty of how that tree continues to grow around the wounded area, creating knots that give it character, speak to its endurance and strength. Look at the tree stripped of its leaves in a storm, exposing its innate structure. Is it not beautiful even without the leaves? Are the knots not intricate and intriguing? And so too with us. We are beautiful and strong even without our leaves, our bare bones showing our true loving nature. Our knots give us character, reinforce our resilience, show the world our desire to live authentically. Yes, we are like trees. Here at UUFBR, we're a fertile ground. Here in our labyrinth, in our garden, are trees that speak to you, or can if you listen. They nurture you. Here in our sanctuary, we give you food, figuratively and literally. And here is a place where your seed, no matter how long it has been dormant, can finally sprout and grow into your own tree, your own uniqueness. For here you are cared for, here you are nurtured. Each of us is our own unique, incredibly beautiful tree. Each of us. Together we connect our roots to support each other. Together we connect our branches to protect each other. Together we grow more genuinely than before into a beautiful forest. In the words of John Muir, the naturalist, into the forest I go to lose my mind and find my soul. I invite you all into the forest.